Hello everybody, this is Gareth Goon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar and give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or if you'd like to donate to my ministry and the charities that I support, you can do so at garethcahoon3@gmail.com on PayPal. This one here is about hostage brother, former spy, and Druze party enter Israeli politics as election fever is raised. Opposition leaders try to optimise their lists in bid to displace Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. With new elections set for the end of October at the latest, Israel's political scene is slowly but steadily gearing up for a stormy election campaign, with the brother of a freed hostage, a former spy, and a new Druze party joining the fray this week. Channel 12 News reported that Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu is even considering moving up the elections to September, which coincides with the start of the Hebrew month of Elul, a favourable time for the ultra-Orthodox parties to mobilise their voters. The most significant moves have so far come from the opposition, where former Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and Yair Lapid teamed up in a bid to replace the Likud as the largest party in the Knesset, though with limited success so far, if the polls are to be believed. Their moves has triggered an avalanche of smaller manoeuvres in the opposition bloc this week. The single most significant decision is up to Gad Eisenkot, whose Yashar party has been polling as the second largest opposition list with roughly 15 seats, and who has countered offers to join the form Bennett, Lapid and Avigdor Lieberman. Lieberman's hawkish opposition party Yisrael Beitenu this week announced that Sharon Shabari, the brother of Israeli hostage Eli Shabari and of the slain hostage Yoshi Shabari, has joined it. Sharabi garnered publicity as the prominent and tireless advocate for the release of his brothers and the other hostages kidnapped on October 7th. A religiously observant resident of the settlement, Alfrey Menashe, in central Samaria, Sharabi said he joined the vocally secular party out of a deep responsibility towards Israel's society as a whole. Sharabi also stressed that he has been a supporter of Netanyahu's Likud party in the past, which he said has abandoned its traditional national statesmanlike and security-focused values. Today, the Likud of the past is Yisrael Beitenu, Sharabi said, praising Lieberman as a true right-wing leader and the only senior Israeli leader who wasn't convinced by the pre-October 7th conception that Hamas had been deterred. In the opposition bloc this week saw another significant move with the exit of widely respected Knesset member Chili Tropper from Benny Gantz's Blue and White Party on Sunday. He vowed to meet with anyone I believed should be part of rebuilding the country's leadership before deciding on what path he will take to contribute most effectively to the people of Israel. His announcement was met with swift praise from Bennett and Eisenkot, who are reportedly interested in bringing Topper into their respective parties. Fellow Blue and White lawmaker Matan Kahana and Orit Farkash Hakohen has already joined Yashar, founded by Eisenkot last year, after he himself left Gantz's founding party. Meanwhile, two other significant developments occurred on the other side of the political map. Jonathan Pollard announced Monday that he would enter politics alongside Nissim Luke, the father of German-Israeli woman Shani Luke, who was murdered by Hamas terrorists on October 7th. Pollard is a former US Navy intelligence analyst who spent 30 years in prison for spying for Israel before being released in 2015 and immigrating to Israel 5 years later. He said that the 2023 Hamas massacre was a turning point spurring his entry into politics. The religiously observant Pollard espoused hardline views on the future of the Gaza Strip, expressing support for a full transfer of its population and its annexation while advocating for overall more hawkish policies in the war in an interview with Channel 13. Speaking about Netanyahu, Pollard said he pounds his chest and says we've never been more successful ever in fighting our enemies. I'm sorry, but that is a cold-blooded lie. However, he said the democratic process demands that we cooperate with him, while noting he would not cooperate with Bennett due to his previous security decisions, a likely reference to a maritime deal with Hezbollah made by Lapid and Bennett's government. Nassim Luke's daughter Shani became one of the symbols of the horrific massacre by a Hamas terrorists who paraded her lifeless body in the back of a pickup truck on October 7th. IDF soldiers recovered her body in May 2024. Also, Monday, Colonel respected Waji Sharon announced the establishment of the Druze Brit Hakim Alliance of Brothers Party, the first independent Druze party to run in a national election since 1992. Saran is the former commander of the disbanded Druze battalion and former head of the ITF's Population Administration. He said his party is projected to garner between 2.5 seats to the ballot box and become the next kingmaker in the Knesset. In the past, Druze lawmakers have been integrated into a variety of parties. However, the Druze population is generally seen as leaning towards hawkish policies. Saran criticised the actions of the government on the Northern Front, saying the residents of the North will no longer tolerate one round after another. We will demand a decision. It is time for the North, the most beautiful region of the country, to flourish with real security. It is unclear which bloc the Druze party intends to eventually join. However, Saran said he is in talks with several political figures to examine strategic alliances. You can see them all twisting and turning to see who would be the best leader to come out. I done a previous post just the other day about who I think my pick for to be Prime Minister would be, and his name is Moshe Feiglin. If you want to go back and look at the previous video. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.